Hello and welcome to the midweek episode of Enterprise Morning. I am Henry Igwebike. We'll quickly take a look at the newspaper headlines and then the conversation follows. And to do that with me in the studios, of course, as usual, is Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid. Barrister Tunji, welcome to Enterprise Midweek Edition today.
Thank you for having me, Henry.
All right, it's nice to have you too. So let's move straight to newspaper headlines for today. And starting off is The Punch. And the big story there says deputy takes over as Akeredolu returns to Germany for treatment. On the riders of the newspaper, we have ailing governor to transmit letter to lawmakers. Tinubu meets Ondo leaders again. And also it has assembly holds closed door session. Akeredolu promises full recovery before returning. On the top sleep of the newspaper, we have FG probe use of foreign prisoners as construction worker from the interior minister. And also from the same top sleep of the same newspaper, we have FG plan sale of 40% stake in Discus orders. We also have court bar pro-Wike speaker. APC demands sanction for judges. On the down sleep of the same newspaper, we have Tinubu beg Nigerian doctors abroad to return home. Now let's get to some of the headlines of the newspaper, and I'd love to start by asking you, Barrister Tunji, on this issue of our president begging Nigerian doctors to return home. Isn't it easy for the president, to understand the reason why our doctors are leaving the shores of the country in the first place?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. The what we should be doing is not. I've also maintained that position that look, even the idea of going to look for foreign investors or this and that, or asking people, begging people to do this and that, is not necessary. When you put your business in order, when your business is well organized and people are seeing it, people on their own fall into it and come and see you. So if these people, the doctor you are talking about that are running out of the country, they have a reason why they were going out of the country. Are those reasons, are they being addressed? If they are not being addressed, on what basis are you asking them to come back? So why does the government put more energy in providing an enabling environment in our country, ensuring that things that are not there are there? These things that are complaining of, they are complaining of lack of facility, lack of proper infrastructure, lack of adequate remuneration.
Yes.
So rather than the government looking into this and ensuring that these are put in place and people are seeing it, that look, you see the Saudi Arabia, when they want to improve their local league, what they do, they invested more in it. They started to pay huge amount of money competing with anybody in the world, and people on their own are running into it. So as far as that is concerned, as long as you don't do the needful, people will always not see what you are doing. So let's do what will attract people into the country and not beg people to come back. People on their own will come. How many times have you come and beg us in this country to come and stay in their country or UK or any other country or Dubai? But we're on their own. We're on our own side to people struggle to. Some people will even sell their life investments to go there because they know they have hope that once they get there, they will likely there will be a change. But here in Nigeria, people are even on ground are complaining. People are on ground are trying to see how they will leave the place, and you are begging people who already escaped from what they call I don't know.
But what begs for explanation is the fact that President Bola Tinubu is not a newbie in politics and in economy. He's been a governor for 7 years. He understands the rudiments. He understands the difficulties. He understands the issues. Why is it difficult now as the president for him to hit the ground running like he promised?
It's not that easy. I said we should not pity him, that he knows what he was into, that he planned for it, he applied for it, and then we should not pity him. I pity him in a way, in any event, because the situation on ground is not as easy as he thought. Lagos is not Nigeria, and he also confirmed that Lagos is not Nigeria. You see, in Lagos is not. It's not as if Lagos is working the way they say we paint it.
Yeah.
Lagos is working. Lagos is seen as being as working because people in Lagos, they don't rely on government more. They rely on individual businesses.
Exactly.
And
True.
that was why. So all like other parts of the
states,
country,
yeah,
where they rely on most of them are civil servants. They
yes,
rely mostly on government.
on government.
That's why it's not. So in Lagos, most people don't rely on government. They rely on private businesses, and they are doing well in that. And that's why you see Lagos seem to be like a country a state that is doing well. No, it's not about the government. Tell me what government have done in terms of facility and in terms of infrastructure that have surpassed other people in the other part of the country. There is not much in that regard. So and again, you see, when you talk about politics and governance, they're not the same thing. People see Asiwaju as somebody who knows how to play politics. And me, I sometimes disagree. Because in this country, the way we hail our politicians when they maneuver and get results by either manipulation or whatever, and we call them good names. It's a master strategy.
Yeah.
It's this and that. We are encouraging people to look for a way outside the normal procedure to get what they are looking for. That's what we're doing, and that's what people know more about Asiwaju. That is a go-getter. He knows how to get whatever he wants to get, whether in the through the straight line or the bend line or whatever line. He knows how to, and people see him as he knows the games. He can play the game very well. That is not what politics is all about. Politics is not about playing game and maneuvering other people to get whatever you want to get from by cutting corners. So until we realize that, look, politics is not about manipulation alone. It's not about maneuvering. It's not about getting yourself into office. It's about ability to deliver the dividends of that governance to people. The essence of being in government is to serve the people, is to provide by our own constitution. The major primary responsibility of government are just to, and that was stated in Section 14, Section 2 of the Constitution.
Yeah.
Security and the welfare are the major responsibility of our government. If a government cannot provide security and cannot provide welfare, he has not done anything. So they should rather sit down and know that, look, they are in government to serve people and not about playing games and not about I can maneuver my way, I can get whatever I want to get, I know how to bring people together and then they corner and
use that against the people.
So that's not what. So it's not that easy. So if you are comparing Lagos with what is in Nigeria, they're not the same.
Okay.
Lagos is on its own. Nigeria is on its own. Lagos is on its own. They said that people in Lagos, like I said earlier on, are not relying on government. I think it's only Lagos and some other only a few states that don't rely on government. Other states, they are more just civil servant and they basically rely on government.
Now let's move to the top slip of the newspaper. It's actually a very funny one, and it says FG probes use of foreign prisoners as construction workers. Now it's not new to any Nigerian on the adverse effect of terrorism in the country, and it's somewhat funny to think and to believe that a Nigeria where it is believed our borderline is secured and we are having foreign prisoners working in construction in Nigeria. Where do you think we got it all wrong?
How do we confirm that they are foreign prisoners? Was there a prisoner exchange program in Nigeria? I'm not aware of that. Or are we saying it's just an adjective by some people to qualify people who call foreign investors or engineers in Nigeria? Maybe probably that's what they're trying to do.
But if the Interior Minister is affirming the fact that foreign prisoners are used as construction workers, which means the authenticity is true.
Who is giving this job to them? Let's look at the contract that's been awarded by the government. Let's see most of the company that this contract are awarded to. Let's see the structure of the company and see whether or not they are Nigerians or those people who are. You see in Nigeria, some of them claim they be a Nigerian company because they've been incorporated in Nigeria and they put 1 or 2 Nigerians into it, and they will say, or they will make Nigeria a chairman of it. But under it, most of them are foreign companies or in a way. So for me, the government that is talking, the contract they are giving out for constructions, how many Nigerian companies are getting those contracts? When I say Nigerian company, truly Nigerian, that's if you look at it behind the camera, behind the scene, you will see that these are purely Nigerians and are not foreigners. Because there are some of them you see them, the chairman will be in Nigeria. But any other thing that under it are foreigners.
And foreigners.
So the government should rule by give good example and encourage local content. When we do that, people they need to
want to hire foreigners
will not
who probably might truly be prisoners.
Again, when you talk about the even small construction company that I'm not even about company now, are building our houses on our home, this and that. Most people that does that job now are not even, most Nigerians don't do that again. You have to carry people from Benin Republic for Cotonou and this or that to come and be doing those kind of jobs because people don't see any prospects in those businesses again. People don't even recognize them again, and everybody's looking for where things are going to be better quickly. Most of them don't even have the enabling environment to do anything. So the ball is still on the government to do the right thing. When the right things are done, and the policies are there, the laws are there, that this is it, this is that. People will not, the government will come out and say, patronize local content. We should not be doing foreign this and that. The same government will look at, for instance, now, the same government will have an issue, and then go to Nigerian hospital or school or whatever, they will take their children abroad, or they have their, even our president, whenever he wants to do his medical or whatever,
he travels out.
And so, and they will be the same person to say
patronize local content.
So how do we encourage that? If you are asking the doctors to come back to Nigeria, then you are not even.
But you're not patronizing Nigerian hospitals.
You don't have confidence in them.
In them, exactly.
So they will go to where you have confidence in them, and then you will still meet them there. And then they will be the one to treat you. So that's what they are doing now.
Very, very funny. So let's move to the Nation newspaper, and on the big story there, we have electricity crisis, government to sell off 40% investment in discos. And on the right, it has a Nikon Element Petrochemical share for sale. TCN may be unbundled. And on the top sleep of the newspaper, we have influential Nigerians behind illegal mining. And also on the top sleep of the newspaper, we equally have Akeredolu transmits power to Lucky Ayedatiwa. Mr. Barrister Tunji, let's go to the issue of influential Nigerians behind illegal mining. During the speech by the president on May 29th, 2023, there was a catch statement he made. He said the issue with subsidy and all about the elites of the elites being favored more than other Nigerians, and this particular statement is speaking towards that direction. Influential Nigerians behind illegal mining. Why is it difficult for our leaders to find a way of having this elites of the elites and getting them to do the right thing, so we can stop having this issue of having them control our economy and causing so much harm to the polity?
Yeah, it's simple. Because those we call elites that will deal with the elite are also part of it. They are all involved in it. They are all the same category. You can see even the president confirmed it, where I think it was in the 1 October 4th broadcast. I can't remember when he said we cannot longer allow that the subsidy must go.
Yes.
Because only few individuals
yes.
are the one in charge. Can't they deal with them?
Exactly.
And we can no longer allow few individuals to take us for a ride, and then they are not being dealt with.
The generality of Nigerians
have been dealt with.
Yes.
They are made to suffer and for it. So the point is this: those people that will be the one to deal or to even address those issues are the same people who are involved in it. So when you are involved in it, there is no way you punish yourself, or they are either connected directly or indirectly with those people who are doing it. So that's the reason why it's difficult. And sometimes this issue of a sentiment, political affiliation, religious affiliation, is for my family, is for my continent, or it's for my region, or this and that, are also factors. So once you are everything else, mostly in Nigeria, those in government, they rely more, they consider more of a political sentiment whenever they want to do anything. Anything that will affect their political interests, they will not want to go into it. So they know what to do. but they are not sincere with us. That's just the issue. It's not as if they don't know what to do. It's not as if they don't have the capacity to do it. But because of their personal interests, they will not want to do it. They don't want to do it to affect their chances of winning the election in the future. That's what's happening.
Exactly. And on the big story here, we have electricity crisis. Government to sell off 40% investment in discos. In line with your earlier discussion, are we sure the 40% is equally not going to the elites?
Of course. Well, can you buy? Can you? If they want to sell now tomorrow, you and I buy it. The elites are the one that will buy. Those people that would say they've stolen our money, they'll be buying from the money they stole from us, and they will praise them and say they are big businessmen and this and that and that. Or if they are not buying directly, they will give it to somebody who will, on their behalf, do it behind. You know, the have proxy, the people who will do business on their behalf now, and then they'll give the money to them. So for me, it's not about selling. If we are selling, would that be transparency? Would that be due process? Will it be followed? Will it not be the same set of people who are in charge? Would they not be the one to say that they want to buy it? So that is a point I'm here. It's not that simple. It's not about selling it. After selling it, what happened? The one that the discos, are they doing better than what we have before now? Even though we have been told, after the thing was sold to them or they were given to them, government is still supporting them with finance. So as far as I'm concerned, it's still going to be the same of the same if we are still doing it the same way and we're expecting a different result. What we need to do is to be sincere and transparent in our dealings. One that is, we have that sincerity,
yes.
We have accountability, we have transparency, we'll be able to get results.
But with your experience, why is it difficult for our leaders to truly do understand that they are the cause? They are possibly, allegedly, the cause of the big issues we have in this country. Because, you know, what exactly are Nigerians asking for? Nigerians are not asking for so much. All we're asking of is ensure that basic infrastructure are there for people to make good use of. Why do you think that our leaders, in spite of all of these things you just enumerated, transparency, discipline, and so on and so forth, why is it still difficult for our leaders to understand that these nuggets are the real things they need to get Nigeria on the right track?
No, it's not as if it's difficult for them. Like I said, see brothers on the same thing I said. It's still about lack of transparency, lack of accountability, and lack of sincerity. When you're sincere and there's accountability and there's transparency, and you have the interest of the masses in your heart, those things will be done. Then what we see today is not the interest of the masses, it's their personal interest. When the government is running today in Nigeria, what we'll be thinking is how to win the next election. If you see today now, some people are already setting up a somebody's 2027 campaign already, starting for 2027, or clinical group, support group. This and that and that. So that's what we see. Same thing in the states. The governors, once you are sworn in, what they'll be thinking is, and those who are ministers or whatever, they also want to be supported because they know that as long as you remain as the president, their job is also secured. So everybody will now be playing politics. It's about politics, not about people. Until we have the interest of the people at heart, and until we have a situation where in the country whereby our votes determines who becomes our leaders, then we'll get it right in that regard. But as still today, people don't fear you because they know that whether with or without your support, they'll be likely to win the election. And that's why they are not afraid of doing the wrong thing. You do the wrong thing, they support you. You see today now, in the last regime, President Buhari,
yes,
most people who are supporting that time that he's doing well, are the same people who are saying now that the former president, was our problem. That he created a lot of issues for us, this and that, and they were praising him when he was in power. So that's why I say insincerity is one of our major problems in this country.
All right, let's move to our last dailies for today, and that it's on Daily Trust. And on the big story there, we have concerns over abducted students as airstrike kills the bandits leader Kawa J. And on the right there, we have over 50 other villagers still in captivity. Parents worried, pray for safe return. On the downsleep of the newspaper, we have Kaduna massacre. Federal government demand 33 billion naira compensation. Barrister Tunji, for some time now, we have been overrun by the issue of the bombing in Kaduna State, and how that it was an error, how that there were apologies from the authorities, how that there were lots of issues around the big story. Right now, it seems like the military are making good results, with the abduction of, with the assassination of some bandits. But I'd love you to connect it with the headline also on the downsleep, where it says Kaduna massacre, villagers sue federal government demand 33 billion naira compensation. Don't you think that making gains against terrorism in Nigeria and equally asking the military via the government to pay compensation is contradicting and possibly not helping our military to make further inroads against terrorism in Nigeria?
Yeah, I think it's very bit dicey in a way. In as much as I appreciate that when people lose their loved ones or their properties or whatever, they lost it, they must be compensated. But it appears in Nigeria today, when that sort of thing happen, rather than look at the damage that has happened and see how we can resolve the issue, prevent the issue from happening in time. Most people dwell more on having that compensation. So, in other words, about money. Money. These are issues that I don't appreciate in that regard. So, and as long as me, I would have loved them to be more concerned about bringing to book those who are the perpetrator of those sad incident that happened. I think people should be more concerned about that rather than the compensation. No matter how much they give,
it won't bring back
the debt. So it shows that they prioritize collecting money than the life of those who have been lost. As far as I'm concerned, that's what they are. And at the end of the day, when the police money come, you see them fighting about it.
And possibly it might not even get to the people it was meant for.
Of course, it might not be, and it may not be, and the government even coming to say we'll rebuild this and that, and people clapping and see they have done something that is superfluous. And for me, it's not even also encouraging. It shows that people don't even understand this. These are the government has failed in its responsibility to provide security for the people, to ensure the lives are protected, to ensure that they live and their lives are not taken. Yet the same government that have taken through which the lives have been taken is promising to do this and that, and people are clapping. As far as I'm concerned, we should be more concerned about ensuring that punishment are meted out to those who have. I know no matter what happened, what punishment are bringing out, it won't bring back those who are dead. But we need to bring a deterrence for that people will be more careful in the future in doing that, because it's not the first time.
Exactly,
it has been done severally.
Exactly. All right, so that's just about the time we have on our newspaper review headlines for today. We'd love to say thank you, Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid, for always coming around and making sense of our big story. And when we return, Governor Rotimi Akeredolu once again hands over to his deputy, Lucky Ayedatiwa, as he returns overseas on the medical leave. Please don't go anywhere. It's still Enterprise Morning.
Enterprise TV, your one-stop shop for news, programs, human angle stories, the economy, sports, and much more. We go the extra mile to bring incredible details to you. So hop on the train now. Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.